Welcome to Sci-Fi Stories. If you love stories of courage and mystery, make sure to subscribe and join our growing community.
Zyra had survived vacuum exposure. She had survived plasma storms. She had survived war, but she had never survived winter. The cargo corridors of the human freighter Wayfarer's Promise hummed softly, metal walls breathing recycled air at a steady 21 degrees Celsius. Comfortable for humans. For Zyra of the Kaelith brood, it was slow torture. Her kind evolved beneath a red giant sun, on a world where the sand itself shimmered with heat. Kaelith biology required warmth the way humans required oxygen, but aboard a human vessel, warmth was a luxury. She pressed her scaled hand against the wall. Cold, always cold. 3 cycles she had worked among them. Navigator, outsider, the only non-human on the ship. Humans called the temperature room temp. She called it endurance training. Still freezing, the voice came from behind. Daniel Ray's chief mechanic. He carried a steaming mug, vapor curling upward like a tiny storm cloud. You emit visible heat from your beverage, Zyra observed. Coffee, he said. Magic in a cup. Her thermal vision registered the liquid at near blissful levels. You consume that daily, multiple times. Kaelith biology did not process stimulants well. Humans apparently ran on them. The heating grid in your quarters is out again, Daniel said quietly. Zyra's scales dimmed slightly, a Kaelith sign of restrained frustration. It is acceptable. It's not, she hesitated. Maintenance priorities aboard the ship were simple. Engines first, cargo second, humans third. Aliens somewhere after that. You should not risk conflict with the captain, she said. Daniel's jaw tightened. No one should sleep in a freezer. That night she stood outside his quarters. The door slid open. Warmth washed over her. Not mild warmth, not tolerable warmth, true heat. Her muscles loosened instantly. Her breathing steadied. Daniel scratched the back of his neck. I recalibrated the climate control, bumped it up a bit. The room was nearly tropical. For a human, it would be borderline uncomfortable. For Zyra, it felt like home. I prepared a thermal pad for you, Daniel said, gesturing to a sleeping mat layered with heavy blankets. But her eyes drifted upward. The bed, raised, soft, covered in thick fabric that retained heat like sun-warmed stone. You have slept on metal since boarding, he asked gently. Yes, no mattress. No, Daniel stared at her, not in pity, in disbelief. You're taking the bed. Her head snapped up. That is unnecessary. It's not a negotiation. He was already moving his pillow to the floor. You need it more. Zyra stepped closer to the bed. She pressed her palm against it. Warm. Not artificial heat, stored warmth, the kind that lingered. Why? She asked quietly. Because you're my friend. Simple, uncomplicated, not political, not strategic, just human. You are aware, she said carefully, that my species fought yours during the border skirmishes. Daniel shrugged. That was governments, not you. She searched his face for deception, found none. Kaelith culture did not operate this way. Kindness was transactional, hospitality was strategic, warmth was earned. But here it was offered, freely. Later she lay in the bed. The mattress adjusted beneath her scaled frame. The blankets trapped heat around her body. For the first time since leaving her homeworld, she was not cold. Her core temperature stabilized naturally. Her nervous system relaxed, her claws loosened, she inhaled. The bedding carried faint traces of soap, metal, engine grease, human. She felt something unfamiliar, safety. Daniel, she called softly into the dim room. Yeah. On Kaelith Prime, we say the sun feeds the body, but only trust feeds the spirit. He was quiet for a moment. Guess we're feeding both tonight. She did not understand human humor fully, but she understood warmth. The next cycle, something unexpected happened. The captain received a formal complaint. Not from Daniel, from Zyra. She stood in the command deck, posture straight. My quarters are inefficient for my biological requirements, she stated calmly. Continued exposure will reduce operational performance. The captain frowned. Daniel pretended to study a console. Within days, a proper heating unit was installed, not because she begged, not because she endured, but because someone showed her she deserved better. Weeks later, when a solar flare crippled the ship's outer systems, it was Zyra who navigated them through radiation turbulence that would have killed a lesser pilot. Her hands did not shake. Her mind did not fog. She was warm, centered, focused. Afterward, as repairs were completed, Daniel leaned beside her at the viewport. "Guess the bed helped," he teased. "She studied the stars." "No," she said softly, "you did." Humans did not dominate through superior firepower. They did not terrify through brutality. They did not conquer through fear. They conquered something far rarer: isolation. In a galaxy divided by biology and history, humans built bridges with blankets, and Zyra of the Kaelith, war survivor, star navigator, child of twin suns, learned that sometimes the most powerful force in the universe was warmth freely given.